Well, the story was there. Saint Faustina, she saw an angel that was in heaven, probably an angel of wrath, and an angel was bringing the. She saw the angel actually bringing a storm, and the storm was to wreak havoc on the earth. And then she heard the words, "Pray the Chaplet of Divine Mercy." So she started praying the Chaplet of Divine Mercy. And as she was praying the chaplet, light was coming from her mouth, and the light was blocking the angel and blocking the storm. And the angel complained to God that the light that was coming from her mouth was preventing the angel from carrying out the storm. And so the angel could not bring the storm because of the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, because of the light coming from her mouth. And St. Faustina recognized how powerful the Chaplet of Divine Mercy was, even for things of like nature, storms. So, so it does have power, say, to even maybe change the weather or prevent storms from happening. I remember talking with Father Seraphim one time about that, and he said that the storm actually represented World War II, and that St. Faustina's praying of the chaplet actually prevented World War II, actually prevented war just by her praying the chaplet. And I was thinking that she's only one person that was praying the chaplet at that time, and yet she was able to prevent, say, a physical storm or a storm of war from happening on the earth. And I always think, well, how about today when we have more than one person praying the chaplet every single day and interceding before God? What storms are we stopping? What wars are we stopping here on earth? Maybe that might have been inflicted upon us, but because we're praying the chaplet, because good people are praying the chaplet, that we're preventing that. We're bringing down the mercy of God upon us. So it does have, prayer does have a powerful effect when we do pray. They've even done studies in hospitals of people that pray for certain patients, and then other patients that are not prayed for. And and they've actually done this with same medicine and everything, where the patients that were prayed for actually got better, and then the patients that weren't prayed for remain the same. And of course, that doesn't happen with every single person, because the will of God is in there. But it shows you that prayer does have a positive effect upon someone. It does work in the spiritual. Sometimes it's not scientifically explained, but it can move the heart. It can move lives if you pray for someone. Even if you say, if you're praying for someone's conversion and you don't see them converted, and you're kind of distressed that I'm praying for this person, they're not converted. Well, your prayer, even if they're not converted, first of all, you still receive the grace as if they were converted. That's what Jesus said to St. Faustina. If you pray for a sinner, even though the sinner is not converted, you still receive the grace as if they were converted. But also, your prayer can also be a preventative to prevent people from further evil in their lives. So say if they're really living bad lives, your prayer can at least prevent them from going into further evil. So it can also be a preventative to block a person from further evil. So even if they're not converted, you're still preventing them from further evil. They could be much worse than what they are right now if you were not praying for them. So prayer always has a positive effect in people's lives, and that's why we should always continue to pray for one another, and even ask God for for the miraculous, even if it's a physical healing, or say if there's storms or weather or whatever, prevention of war. We can pray for that. And that's what Mary said at Fatima, was to the children, continue to pray the rosary for an end to the war. That was World War One. And the children continued to pray the rosary. And then eventually Mary said the war is going to end. And maybe that was the children's prayers and other people's prayers that helped to end World War I. So prayer is very powerful. Prayer is very powerful to end wars.
Hi, this is Father Chris Alar, the Provincial Superior of the Marian Fathers here at the National Shrine of the Divine Mercy, and it's great to be part of the Rosary Hour podcast. This mini-series on the Rosary is an invitation for anyone dedicated to deepening the why behind our prayers. And with that intention, a chance to offer to the Mother of God a genuine desire for change of heart and return to God. Thank you and enjoy, and God bless you.
You can subscribe to the Rosary Hour podcast by going to rosaryhourpodcast.substack.com. That's rosaryhourpodcast.substack.com.